doing the audio test. Okay. Doing the audio test. Sounds okay to me. Sounds okay to me. Okay. Yeah, anyway, so what's going on? Okay, sometimes people ask this question. Someone was wondering why there is always a 10-minute intro to all my streams. And thank you for answering the question in there. I don't know how to say your name. But that's exactly right. Intros usually is usually to check the stream, let people see the notifications and get in and stuff like that, just to come in and get in here. And yeah, sometimes people don't really see the notification, they're late or whatever. So it's a way to get people kind of. Plus, also my streams don't. It's really, really bad, but I don't really do it at a specific time regularly. I need more structure in my life, but yeah, so it's always, since people don't know when I'm about to stream, it's good to have everyone kind of rally and get in here. Anyway, yes, okay, Super Striker, it says, hi, did you watch Dova Hattie yet? Yes, I did. Finally, you're back. I've mentioned you a few times in the past few streams. Because I did watch it. Actually. So you can always share the link. I think Jay can share it with what it is. It's on YouTube. Dova Hattie, I think is what. Yeah, that's how you say it. And I was watching a bunch because, you know, I like to let things just kind of rip through while I do some stuff and let it entertain me. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's done in a really interesting way. It's basically history done in a really entertaining way, and they have some animated graphics and stuff, and it's done in a really good way with a lot of like the internet kind of Chad meme kind of thing. My only critique is that it seems to be a tad too much manosphere, like women hating. Like, it didn't matter what happened, even if, like, the guy was a complete douche. It was like, oh, well, that's okay, because she deserved it, you know, because she is a woman. Women are bad, you know. It was like, never trust women. So it was like, okay, like, it's a bit woman-hatey, but it's done well, and it's entertaining, and I see the appeal. I get it. It's cool. It's done in a really Zoomerish way to go over history, so yeah, wow, I'm slouching. He's making his final video on Rome. Okay, cool. Okay, so today we are going to go over, see, now this is why we wait a little bit, because not too long ago, not even a minute ago, there was like 13 people in here, and then we had 24, so people kind of come in here, and I don't get to go too far. I get to bullshit, chit chat, little intro. So anyway, what we have now is we're starting with some really fun stuff. That's why I got my Gothic earrings on. I got my goth look. I may even have my Gothic European headdress crown on. Might get the crown going. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not digging it with this hairstyle right now. Maybe. That's kind of cute. Whatever. Wait, let me know if you want me to wear the crown or not. Okay. Crown. Yes. No. Maybe. But yeah. So I kind of like the whole medieval Gothic European aesthetic with the like modern Gothic aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like give you the goth vibe, but like Gothic Cathedral vibes at the same time. You know what I mean? It's my thing. My natural look is goth. That's right. That's right. Super chat if you want the crown, right? Okay. So, damn, it's still hot. You know what I mean? Like, it was cold for a minute where I wanted a space heater, but it's still hot. I'm really, really hot. And I just want to, like, chill out. I should have gotten a glass. So I'm just drinking my Arizona from a can. It has a very strange size to the hole because it's like too much. It's too much, like, it's gonna like spill down my face. Anyway, okay, chilling, getting ready. Let's see, I'm gonna roll a little something just because why not? But yeah, basically we're doing Gothic Europe, and the chapter's really long. Look at all this shit in this chapter, okay? I think that's everything, yeah, over here. So clearly, I don't think we're gonna get through all this today. Maybe we'll just do France if we can get through it all. This is all of France, so let's do that today. Next time we have England and the Holy Roman Empire, which is not too big. I don't know. I should probably just do this whole thing, maybe all the way straight through England and Italy for the next stream. Yeah, we'll see. But that's what we're going over. Let's see. Let's see as I roll this. We have France, architecture and architectural decoration. Kind of got the... I have to figure out how to say these things, but the Suger and Saint-Denis. Oh, I was like, why do I know Saint-Denis? Oh yeah, of course I know Saint-Denis because when I went to Paris, there's Saint-Denis. I think that's how they say it. Saint-Denis. Like, I don't know. If the French say things or like, I'm like, that's how it sounds. It's nothing of how it's spelled. So I'm gonna go super American style and just say Saint-Denis. Like, I think there's also like Ruth Saint-Denis. Isn't that a dancer? Do we have, what's his face in here? The dancer, Blake. Is he in here? Because I think Ruth Saint-Denis is a famous dancer. Let me look this up, actually, before we get into this. Alright, I had the book out, but let me just change some things. Hold on a second. Let's see. New tab. Let's see this. So we have... Oh yeah. Know my stuff. Ruth Saint-Denis. That's why I know this name. She was an American modern dance pioneer, introducing Eastern ideas into the arts. She was the co-founder of the American Dennis Shawn School of Dancing. Okay, that's up in Boston, I think. And related arts, and the teacher of several notable performers. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, I hate how... Thing. She was pretty cool, actually. Oh my god, what's happening here? Cool. Very Lady Alchemy type shit, you know what I mean? It's a really cool portrait. This is gorge, very Lady Alchemy. Love it. Fuck yeah, that actually reminds me of what I just did recently. Oh, fuck. What just happened? I just crashed. Oh my god, are we okay? Are you guys okay? Are we all okay? I just crashed. Fuck, I don't know if I'm still alive. We just crashed. Oh my god, we're still alive? Let me see what's happening. Oh my god, we're still alive? Sweet! Okay, you guys are still watching me. I was really pissed off, so we crashed. Basically, my freaking browser crashed, and I don't know where YouTube is. It's all gone. I think I have to refresh. Dude, man, I gotta clean up my computer. I've got no space, so now shit's crashing. It's really, really bad. Well, fuck that. I was really getting into the Ruth Saint-Denis and showing you performing stuff and then bringing up Lady Alchemy. But whatever. Okay, that's not working. Clearly, it's crashed. I'm going to try to load back up my Google Chrome. I don't know, but the video is still going. Stream is still running, so it's happening, whatever. Let's go back up to the top of this. If we're still watching, I should really just keep tabs on my phone. This is crazy. I don't know why it won't open up either. It's just completely crashed, so I'm just gonna keep streaming. If we're still watching, I should really just keep tabs on my phone. This is crazy. Ah! Where's the chat? I can't see the chat right now. Okay, I'm rolling a spliff. I'm gonna figure out what's going on, but I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read until something happens. Okay, so we have Gothic Europe. Let me see. Zoom in a little bit here. Gothic Europe. Hell yeah. So the 12th through 14th centuries were a time of profound change in European society. The focus of both intellectual and religious life shifted definitively from pilgrimage churches and monasteries in the countryside. Remember, we went over all that. That was like the really big thing in the whole Byzantine stuff. And Middle Ages, monasteries, pilgrimages, relics and stuff like that. So yeah, monasteries in the countryside, to rapidly expanding secular cities with enormous cathedrals reaching to the sky. In these new urban centers, prosperous merchants made their homes, and guilds, professional associations of scholars founded. In these new urban centers, prosperous merchants made their homes, and guilds, professional associations of scholars founded the first universities. Modern Europe's independent secular nations began to take shape. Wow. Okay. There's a map. Let's check out the map real quick. Hold on. So this is what we're working with here. Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. Interesting. Lombardy. Remember that? Oh, wow. No, there's probably some Lombardy in me. That looks very... Oh, okay, no, that's over by... Nope, wrong side of Italy. Sorry, my bad. I'm on the other side of the Adriatic. Not part of the Holy Roman Empire. Looking at Croatia. Just looking at my peoples. You know, we're always thinking about how we can fit into this. So I was just wondering about my peoples, because I'm over there on the Adriatic Sea. That's where my peoples are from. It's not part of this map, really. Alright. I don't know how I'm going to communicate with you guys. I can't see you. Let me try to log in on Safari. This is really stressful. Oh, my earring fell off. No. God, nothing's working out. Just want to read this art history book, damn it. Now I have to find the back of an earring. Oh God. Now I have to sign into things. Ah, sorry guys. I'm trying. I even like put makeup on for you guys today, and then look what happens. I can't get my shit together. Whew. Okay, YouTube. I gotta communicate with you guys. Guys, we're like lost in different dimensions. You're in one dimension on YouTube, and I'm like in another streaming dimension on OBS, and I like need to communicate with you guys on YouTube. Fuck signing in. Fuck signing in. If it works, it works. I'm just gonna go to my page and keep tabs on you guys. It says we're live, 28 people watching, 33 watching now. Okay, I better start reading. Holy shit. Fuck signing in. Fuck signing in. If it works, it works. All right. I don't know how this is working, but it's working. Martina's stream is relying on Gothic era technology, hence all the glitches. Is it glitching? Dude, on my end, my computer has no memory, so it crashed, and I have no space, and it crashed the, I also have a million tabs open on the internet, and it all just crashed, and that means, like, the YouTube tab crashed that I had you guys up on when I was, like, going live, so it's somehow still connecting. OBS is still somehow communicating with YouTube somehow, so it's happening. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at this shit, this map. Okay, cool. I'm probably gonna cough because I'm gonna smoke. To describe the art and architecture of this pivotal period, Giorgio Vasari, 1511 to 1574, the Italian artist and biographer known as the father of art history. Ooh, that's interesting. Who is Giorgio Vasari? He is the father of art history. Ooh. Used the term Gothic. Okay. Vasari chose the term to ridicule what he considered the monstrous and barbarous art of the uncouth Goths, whom he believed were responsible for both Rome's downfall and the destruction of the classical style in art and architecture. Wow. Italian Renaissance artists and scholars regarded Gothic art with contempt, considering it ugly and crude. Oh! Uncouth. Interesting. Okay, so I was reading your comment about my tabs. My tabs are insane. Okay, so Italian Renaissance artists and scholars regarded Gothic art with contempt and considered it ugly and crude. In the 13th and 14th centuries, however, when the Gothic style was the rage of most of Europe, especially north of the Alps, contemporaries referred to Gothic architecture as opus modernum, Latin for modern work, or opus Franciscan, French work. They recognized that Gothic buildings displayed an exciting new style, and that the style originated in France. For them, Gothic cathedrals were not distortions of the classical style, but images of the city of God, the heavenly Jerusalem. Although the Gothic style achieved international acclaim, it was a regional phenomenon. To the east and south of Europe, the Islamic and Byzantine styles still prevailed. I love that Byzantine, not gonna lie. And many regional variants existed within European Gothic, just as distinct regional styles. To the east and south of Europe, the Islamic and Byzantine styles still prevailed, and many regional variants existed within European Gothic, just as distinct regional styles characterized the Romanesque period. Gothic began and ended at different dates in different places, but it first appeared in northern France in the mid-12th century. Cool. I'm into it. Okay, sorry, I gotta put on background music because it's Friday night. It's really popping outside right now. This is bad. It's bad music. So fucking ghetto. Thank you, Bill Gomez. Bill Gomez is back. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Thank you. Yes, I am feeling better. Thank you, thank you. A reggaeton, yeah. Same beat, no matter the song. Just try to get this guy going. Give me a second. Just got like a tip that's about to like fall off in a second. Yeah, okay. Let's put on background music. Let's get another YouTube tab going. Let's go. So let's do focus background. We got calm piano.
Please donate now to help flip.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Okay, going back to Gothic Europe. Oh shit, I just clicked something. Shit. There we go. So then we get to France, because this is where it started, right? So about 1130, King Louis VI, around 1108 to 1137, he moved his official residence to Paris, spurring much commercial activity and a great building boom. Paris soon became the leading city of France, and indeed of Northern Europe. Although Rome remained the religious center of Western Christendom, Paris became its intellectual capital. So, yeah, virtually every thinker of note in the Gothic world at some point studied or taught at the Parisian University. Even in the Romanesque period, Paris was a learning center. Its cathedral school professors, known as schoolmen, developed the philosophy called scholasticism. Ooh, guys, do you guys remember Scholastic News? Do they still have that? Remember that in school? Where is my fucking light? Where did my light go? Oh my god, how does my lighter just disappear? Oh, it's literally right in front of me. Fuck, I might crash, guys. If I crash, just come back. Because my Adobe apps are just popping off like crazy right now. Oh God, stop Adobe, go away. Okay, so until the 12th century, both the clergy and lay individuals considered truth the exclusive property of divine revelation as given in the Holy Scriptures. But the schoolmen sought to demonstrate that reason alone could lead to certain truths. Their goal was to prove the central articles of Christian faith by argument. Disputatio. By the 13th century, the schoolmen of Paris already had organized a professional guild of master scholars, separate from the numerous church schools the Bishop of Paris oversaw. The structure of the Parisian guild served as the model for many other European universities. Wow. So architecture and architectural decoration. The earliest manifestation of the Gothic spirit in art and architecture appeared concurrently with the first stages of scholastic philosophy. Both originated in Paris and its environs. It's an interesting word. Many art historians have noted the parallels between them, how the logical thrust and counter-thrust of Gothic construction, the geometric relationships of building parts, and the systematic organization of the iconographical programs of Gothic church portals coincide with scholastic principles and methods. No documents exist, however, linking these scholars, builders, and sculptors. So that's really interesting. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Awesome. Welcome. We have a really fun community in here. So yeah, that's really interesting. I guess that there's like, they assume that there's like this connection between builders, artists, and sculptors and scholars. Like there's a big scholastic boom in Paris at the time, and they started their own like little kind of architectural and decorative kind of flair themselves. Interesting. Oh, fuck. So then we have the Suger, is that how you say that, guys? Suger and Saint-Denis. On June 11th, 1144, King Louis the 7 of France. Fucking Adobe. It keeps telling me that, yes, I know, I get it. Just stop, Adobe InDesign. Just stop. Okay, anyway, on June 11th, 1144, King Louis the 7th of France, around 1137 to 1180, Queen Eleanor of Aquitaine, and an entourage of court members, together with 5 French archbishops and other distinguished clergy, converged on the Benedictine Abbey Church of Saint-Denis for the dedication of its new East End. The church, a few miles north of Paris, had been erected centuries before in honor of Saint Dionysius, the apostle who brought Christianity to Gaul. It housed the saint's tomb and those of almost all the French kings. The basilica was France's royal church, the very symbol of the monarchy. By the early 12th century, however, the Carolingian building was in disrepair and had become too small to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims. Its abbot, Suger, also believed it was of insufficient grandeur to serve as official church of the French kings. He began to build Saint-Denis in 1135 by erecting a new west facade with sculptural portals. I love how they call it portals. The doors, remember, are portals. Love it. A door is a portal. In 1140, work began on the east end. Suger died before he could remodel the nave, but he attended the 1144 dedication of the new choir, ambulatory, and radiating chapels. The mid-12th century portion of Saint-Denis represented a sharp break from past practice. Oh, sorry, my eyes are bothering me. Fuck, it's always something. Ugh. Let me just have a look at what we're talking about real quick, and then go back to reading a little bit more. Oh, we have Mr. Repurpose. $5. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is the... On the left here, oh god, my eye. On the left here, this is a picture of the ambulatory and radiating chapels, Abbey Church, Saint-Denis, France, 1140 to 1144. The remodeling of the east end of Saint-Denis marked the beginning of Gothic architecture. Rib vaults with pointed arches spring from slender columns. The radiating chapels have stained glass windows. So this is the plan of the East End, Abbey Church, Saint-Denis, France, 1140 to 1144, after Summer Crosby. The innovative plan of the East End of the Saint-Denis dates to Abbot Suger's lifetime. By using lightweight rib vaults, the builders were able to eliminate the walls between the radiating chapels. Okay, so let's continue. So in the mid-12th century, portions of Saint-Denis represented a sharp break from past practice. Innovative rib vaults resting on pointed or ogival arches cover the ambulatory and chapels. These pioneering, exceptionally lightweight vaults spring from slender columns in the ambulatory and from the thin masonry walls framing the chapels. The lightness of the vaults enabled the builders to eliminate the walls between the chapels and open up the outer walls and fill them with stained glass windows. Suger and his contemporaries marveled at the wonderful and uninterrupted light that poured in through these most sacred windows. The abbot called the colored light lux nova, new light. I love that. The polychrome rays coming through the windows shone on the walls and columns, almost dissolving them. The light-filled space made Suger feel as if he were dwelling in some strange region of the universe which neither exists entirely in the slime of the earth nor entirely in the purity of heaven. In Suger's eyes, his splendid new church was a way station on the road to paradise, which transported him from this inferior to that higher world. Cool. So let's go back a little bit. Yeah, we saw that stuff. So yeah, this is the Gothic Rib Vault, which is a really distinguishing feature of Gothic architecture. This is when they first started to notice that this is a Gothic feature. Hey Joey Jojo, nice to see you in here. Thank you, welcome. Drink. The ancestors of the Gothic Rib Vaults are the Romanesque vaults found at Cannes, I think that's how you say it, and elsewhere. The rib vault's distinguishing feature is the crossed or diagonal ribs, arches, under its groins, as seen in the Saint-Denis ambulatory and chapels. The ribs from the armature or skeletal framework for constructing the vault. Gothic vaults generally have more thinly vaulted webs, the masonry between the ribs. Let me see. But the chief difference between the two styles of rib vaults and the pointed arch is the difference between the two styles of rib vaults is the pointed arch, an integral part of the Gothic skeletal armature. French Romanesque architects borrowed the form from Muslim Spain and passed it to their Gothic successors. Pointed arches allowed Gothic builders to make the crowns of all the vault's arches approximately the same level, regardless of the space to be vaulted. The Romanesque architects could not achieve this with their semicircular arches. South Dingo, that's so funny. Oh my god. So the drawings in figure 7-4, which is here down below, can you guys see them both clearly enough? I think it's fine. I'll move it over a little bit. So the drawings here, the rectangle ABCD is an oblong nave bay to be vaulted. A, C, and BD are the diagonal ribs. Okay, let me look at this. So we got ABCD. And then you have AC. Okay, so it crosses AC and BD. Okay, got it. Crosses the nave's arcade arches. Okay, AC and BD are the diagonal ribs. AB and CD. AB and CD. Okay. The transverse arches and AD and BC. Okay, the nave's arcade arches. If the architect uses semicircular arches, they're radii, so like, yeah, and therefore their heights will be different because the width of the semicircular arch determines its height. The result will be a vault. Okay, so let me see. They look kind of the same to me. Is it really that different of the square? I'm trying to like really see the difference. I see the difference in the J and K. You know, and G. Alright, so let me see. So because the width of the semicircular arch determines its height, yeah, the result will be a vault with higher transverse arches than the arcade's arches. Yeah, okay, so it's higher. When you arch it, it definitely gets taller. The vault's crown will still be higher. If the builder uses pointed arches, the transverse and arcade arches can have the same heights. The result will be a Gothic rib vault, where the points of the arches L and K are at the same level as the vault's crown F. I see that. A major advantage of the Gothic vault is its flexibility, which permits the vaulting of compartments of varying shapes, as at Saint-Denis. Pointed arches also channel the weight of the vaults more directly downward than do the semicircular arches. The vaults therefore require less buttressing to hold them in place, in turn permitting builders to open up the walls and insert large windows beneath the arches. Because pointed arches also lead the eye upward, they make the vaults appear taller than they are. In figure 7-4, the crown F. Yeah, okay. See F, it's at the tops of them. The crown F of both the Romanesque and Gothic vaults is the same height from the pavement, but the Gothic vault seems taller. That's true. Both the physical and visual properties of rib vaults with pointed arches aided Gothic builders in their quest for soaring height in church interiors. It does look taller. Interesting. I love that. So let me see what you guys are saying. Let's not talk percentages. Percentages are racist. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, South Dango. That's very sweet. He says that, for real, that he loves the art streams that we're doing on European art. It's unironically white pilling AF. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you for appreciating it. Gitmo Holiday says it would depend on the building materials also. If the local stone is too heavy or brittle, they would need to adjust the shape or import lighter material like sandstone. It's true. Well, also since the crown on the Gothic is the same height as the top of the opening, it allows for higher ceiling passing between each vault. Yeah, no, it's really interesting. I love that. I definitely like the Gothic look more. It's my sound. It's my sound for epic, Christ consciousness, energy, South Ingo, yeah, I mean, we could always talk about it. Oh, thank you for jumping in here, even though you're not really an artsy person. This is pretty weird artsy kind of conversation. Can seem really boring for people if you're not into it, but people are into it, so I think it's interesting and fun. I mean, they provide. We're going over a textbook from like Princeton University, and I mean it's a whole course on it, and art history is really interesting, and they're trying to get rid of it because it's too white. So we'll go over it, keep that shit alive. But thank you. So what do we have here? Yeah, it seems taller. Can I draw and paint? Yeah, I mean, I'm an artist, but I'm a dancer, so I visualize art. Yeah, I mean, I'm also a visual artist. Costumes, and I'm a photographer. I do a lot of, like, performing, dancing, costumes, visualize music, sound, lighting, all that stuff. I love it. But yeah, I can draw and paint. I can draw and paint if I have to. Were they saying that the Gothic was more structurally sound? They were definitely saying that it was more flexible. And I think it was, they were saying at some point more structurally sound at some point to be able to put windows. Like they were able to put the windows and make it bigger. Yeah, wait, so what did it say here? Pointed arches also channel the weight of the vaults more directly downward than do semicircular arches. The vaults therefore require less buttressing to hold them in place, in turn permitting builders to open up the walls and insert large windows beneath the arches. Because pointed arches also lead the eye upwards, they also make the vaults appear taller than they are. Okay, cool. Cool, so this diagram A, this one all the way to the left here, is a drawing of rib vaults with semicircular and pointed arches. Okay. Pointed arches channel the weight of the rib vaults more directly downward than do semicircular arches require less buttressing. Pointed arches also make the vaults appear taller than they are. Still getting over a flu, sorry about that. So what do we have here? Yeah, we read all that. Cool. We read all this. We read all that. Okay, let's have a look at this real quick. Let's also just jump back over here and see where we are for a minute, if you don't mind. Waiting for the screen to update so I can see what this looks like on the screen. Okay, great, great, great. Okay. So, where are we at? We're in France. We're doing the architecture and architectural decoration. We just did the Suger and Saint-Denis. And then we went over the Gothic Rib Vaults. Oh my god, that's it. We have so much to go over. Holy shit. Oh my god. What was that dance? That was my... That was beauty. So if you watch like Toddlers and Tiaras and stuff, there's a beauty section to the pageantry. And what they do is like walk super slowly and they pivot and they turn and they smile and they blink. And it's like just how elegantly like you can do that. And it's called beauty. You know? I think I'd be good at it. I do it. I do it for Lady Alchemy. It's just like... Anyway. Nah, man, I got tested for COVID, guys. Negative. I'm negative. I didn't have the symptoms, man. I had a flu. It sucked. And it was like death. But it wasn't COVID. I got motherfucking tested. Okay. Oh, we have a lot to go through. Let's get back to it. Okay, that music outside is like starting to creep into the stream again. What song is this? It's one of those like ghetto songs. Get that ghetto-ness out of here. Fuck, it's creeping. It's getting loud again. It's Ghetto 2002 music. It is. Can you hear it? Okay, so... Oh, God. Now this piano's gonna compete with my reading now. Okay, so... Where are we at? Yeah, so this Saint-Denis and the Gothic arches and all the stained glass and the light and everything teleported him from this earthly place to paradise. You know, that was what it was. So a royal portal at, guys, how do I say this? Chartres? Chartres. Chartres? That's what I'm gonna call it. Maybe I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Sorry.
Pronouncenames.com.
Chartres. Chartres. I'm not calling it Chart. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna call it Chart. Okay, Chart. I'm calling it Chart. That's what it is. Chart. Fucking French, man. Okay. I'm gonna open up a new Arizona here. got a fruit punch mix. Ooh, so crisp it's like smoky. Don't forget, guys, you can always put the crown option on if you want. You can wear the crown for today's stream, for this gothic thing. You know, super chat me, let me know if you think it's a cool option. You want me to, you know, do that. So we got the Royal Portal in Chartres. That's what we're dealing with. The Royal Portal in Chartres. Suger stained glass windows and the new type of vaulting employed at Saint-Denis quickly became hallmarks of French Gothic architecture. Saint-Denis is also the key monument of early Gothic sculpture. Little of the sculpture that Suger commissioned for the west facade of the Abbey Church survived the French Revolution of the late 18th century. But in the mid-12th century, statues of Old Testament kings, queens, and prophets attached to columns screened the jambs of the three doorways. Remember the jambs? Remember what that is? Remember when we were looking at the doors? These Old Testament kings, queens, and prophets attached to columns screened the jambs of all three doorways. This innovative design appeared immediately afterward at Chartres Cathedral, at Notre Dame, the shrine of Our Lady, that is the Virgin Mary. So, yeah, the Chartres Cathedral, Notre Dame, the Shrine of Our Lady. I think that's what Notre Dame means, right? It's like Our Lady, it's like the Virgin Mary. Also in the Ile-de-France, the region centered on Paris. Work on the west facade began around 1145, called the Royal Portal because of the statue columns of kings and queens flanking its three doorways. The west entrance and its towers are almost all that remain of the church, begun in 1134 and destroyed by fire in 1194. Wow, before it had been completed. Thing didn't really last long at all. Damn, this thing went out. I can't read and smoke at the same time. It's difficult. It's difficult. Because you gotta, like, inhale, like, oddly, and, like, breathe and take sharp breaths when you're reading, and when you're smoking, like, that smoke is, like, going, and it's like, oh, shit, and it makes you want to cough. It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway. So, the sculptures of the Royal Portal proclaim the majesty and power of Christ. Christ's ascension into heaven appears in the tympanum of the left doorway. The second coming is the subject of the center tympanum. The theme, in essence, Last Judgment, was still of central importance, as it was in Romanesque portals. But at early Gothic Chartres, the second coming promised salvation rather than damnation to those entering the church. In the tympanum of the right portal, Christ appears in the lap of the Virgin Mary. Mary's prominence on the Chartres facade... I can't. Martina lessons on etiquette of smoking dank kush. That's right. Oh God, calling this thing Chartres, I swear to God. So, at Chartres, the designers gave her a central role in the sculptural program, a position she maintained throughout the Gothic period. I think the Virgin Mary is what we're talking about still. As the mother of Christ, Mary stood compassionately between the Last Judgment and the horrors of hell, interceding for all her faithful. Worshippers in the later 12th and 13th centuries sang hymns to Notre Dame, put her image everywhere, and dedicated great cathedrals to her. They do that in Croatia a lot too. They really like the Virgin Mary. Soldiers carried the Virgin's image into battle on banners, and her name joined Saint-Denis as a part of the French king's battle cry. She became the spiritual lady of chivalry and the very etiquette, and the Christian knight dedicated his life to her. The severity of Romanesque themes stressing the Last Judgment yielded to the gentleness of Gothic art, in which Mary is the kindly Queen of Heaven. Ah, see, that's why that sound is so useful. Ah, the kindly Queen of Heaven. Ah. So statues of Old Testament kings and queens decorate the jambs flanking each doorway of the royal portal. Figure 7-6. Let's see, 7-6. Okay, I see them. See the doorway? The jambs between the doorway? They're all flanking the doors there. Pretty cool. So Royal Portal West Facade at Chartres Cathedral, Chartres, France, circa 1145 to 1155. Again, remember, this was like constructed and then burned within a period of a few years before it even finished. Dingo says, guys, this is a fancy artsy lady. Let's not shit up the chat, even if it's just a little shart. I mean, it's just like shart, okay? So the sculptures of the royal portal proclaim the majesty and power of Christ. The tympana depict from left to right Christ's ascension, the second coming, and Jesus in the lap of Virgin Mary. Pretty badass. So here we have the west facade left. And aerial view. We got a copper roof there. Very nice. Looking north, right, of Chartres Cathedral, Chartres, France, begun 1134, rebuilt after 1194, after the fire. Wow, look at those buttresses on that cathedral. Holy shit. Okay, so the early Gothic west facade was all that remained of Chartres Cathedral after the fire of 1194. Architectural historians consider the rebuilt church the first great monument of high Gothic architecture. Deuce Chartres. That Chartres survived many fires. Okay, so what do we have here? Where were we? Yeah, the statues of Old Testament kings and queens decorate the jambs flanking each doorway of the royal portal. They are the royal ancestors of Christ, and both figuratively and literally support the New Testament figures above the doorways. They wear 12th century clothes, and medieval observers also regarded them as images of kings and queens of France. This was the motivation for vandalizing the comparable figures at Saint-Denis during the French Revolution. Yeah, if you could imagine during a revolution, they were like, fuck anything monarchy related. Fuck these assholes. Oh my god. I think I have to put my glasses on. My eyes are bothering me. Oh, my eyes. I don't like contacts lately. Oh my god, I can't see. Oh, that's better. Gotta clean them up. Sorry about it. Ooh, wow. Yeah, it's better. Sorry, I tried looking cute. How you guys doing? Okay, where were we? So, medieval observers also regarded them as images of kings and queens of France. This was the motivation for vandalizing the comparable figures at Saint-Denis during the French Revolution. The figures stand rigidly upright with their elbows held close against their hips. The linear folds of their garments, inherited from the Romanesque style, along with the elongated proportions, generally echo the vertical lines of the columns behind them. In this respect, Gothic jam statues differ significantly from classical caryatids. The Gothic figures are attached to columns. The classical statues replaced columns. And yet, within and despite this architectural straitjacket, the statues display the first signs of a new naturalism. The sculptors conceived and treated the statues as three-dimensional volumes, not reliefs, and they stand out from the plane of the wall. The new naturalism, enhanced by painting, as was the norm for medieval stone sculpture, is noticeable particularly in the statues' heads, where kindly human faces replace the mask-like features of most Romanesque figures. The sculptures of the royal portal statues initiated an era of artistic concern with personality and individuality. So let's look at these again. So yeah, they are columns. Yeah, they're part of the columns. Yeah, and they're less reliefs. They definitely pop out much more than a lot of other things that were in the jams. Very cool. I like their halos. So, Old Testament kings and queens, jam statues, central doorway of royal portal at Chartres Cathedral, Chartres, France, circa 1145 to 1155. The biblical kings and queens of the royal portal are the royal ancestors of Christ. These early Gothic statue columns display the first signs of a new naturalism in European sculpture. Oh yeah, their faces are quite individualistic. Ah, we got Notre Dame. Man, I saw that shit before it burned and after it burned. Lucky me. Crazy. Again, those buttresses, man. Yeah, really cool. Notre Dame looking north, Paris, France, begun 1163. Nave and flying buttresses, circa 1180 to 1200, remodeled after 1225. And 2019. Architects first used flying buttresses on a grand scale at the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. The buttresses countered the outward thrust of the nave vaults and held up the towering nave walls. Cool. Guys. Anyway, let's get back to it. So Notre Dame, Paris, the rapid urbanization of Paris under Louis VI and his successors, and the accompanying increase in population made a new cathedral a necessity. Notre Dame occupies a picturesque site on its island in the Seine River called the Ile de la Cité. The Gothic church replaced an earlier basilica and has a complicated building history. The choir and transept were completed by 1182, the nave by around 1225, and the facade not until about 1250 to 1260. The original nave elevation had 4 stories with stained glass oculi, singular oculus, a small round window, inserted between the vaulted tribune and clerestory, typical of Norman Romanesque churches like Saint-Etienne at Caen. As a result, windows fill 2 of the 4 stories, significantly reducing the masonry area. This 4-story nave elevation can be seen in only one bay, figure 7-8, immediately to the right of the south transept and partially hidden by it. To hold the much thinner and taller walls of Notre Dame in place, the unknown architect introduced flying buttresses, exterior arches that spring from the lower roof over the aisles and ambulatory, and counter the outward thrust of the nave vaults. Gothic builders employed flying buttresses as early as 1150 in a few smaller churches, but at Notre Dame in Paris they circled a great urban cathedral. The internal quadrant arches beneath the aisle roofs at Durham Cathedral perform a similar function and are forerunners of exposed Gothic flying buttresses. The combination of precisely positioned flying buttresses and rib vaults with pointed arches was the ideal solution to the problem of constructing towering naves with huge windows. The flying buttresses, like slender extended fingers holding up the walls, are key components of the distinctive look of Gothic cathedrals. Cool. So yeah, let's look at that again. If you can see the flying buttresses over here. They're the supporting little fingers, like they said. Hey Steven, nice to see you here. Bye Puma, thanks for coming by. I have some original footage of this actually. That's what we should look at too maybe when we wrap this up. Oh, fuck this Adobe. So then we have Chartres after 1194. Churches burned frequently in the Middle Ages, and they are in 2020 as well. And church officials often had to raise money suddenly for new building campaigns. In contrast to monastic churches, which usually were small and completed rather quickly, the building histories of urban cathedrals often extended over decades and sometimes over centuries. The rebuilding of Chartres Cathedral after the devastating fire of 1194 took a relatively short 27 years. Most architectural historians consider the post-1194 Chartres Cathedral the first high Gothic building. Okay, so they consider it the first high Gothic building. Okay, got it. Oh my god. InDesign, leave me alone. You guys still there? We're okay? So, at Chartres, rectangular nave bays with 4-part vaults replaced the square bays with 6-part vaults and the alternate support system seen at Saint-Etienne at Caen and in early Gothic churches. The new system, in which a rectangular unit in the nave defined by its own vault was flanked by a single square in each side rather than 2, as before, became the High Gothic norm. The High Gothic vault covered a smaller area and therefore could be braced more easily than its early Gothic predecessor, making taller naves more practical to build. The 1194 Chartres Cathedral was also the first church planned from the beginning with flying buttresses, another key High Gothic feature. The flying buttresses made it possible to eliminate the tribune gallery above the aisle, which had partially braced Romanesque and early Gothic naves.
Keep being artsy.
Aw, thanks, man. Thanks, South Dingo. It really means a lot. Keep being artsy. See, here's that sound again. Am I an art hoe? Is that what I am now, right? Too old for that. Too old to be an art hoe. Thanks, guys. So nice. Love everybody. Love everybody. I'll let that play out. Maybe have a little smoke. I'm an art mommy. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Art mommy. Just take a minute, guys. Have a drink. Have a break. So, any questions? Any comments? No? Just want to continue talking about high flying buttresses, guys? It's also like the last day to reach. No? Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day to reach this goal. Okay, tomorrow. Got a long way to go. I'm at 31%. Alright, no comments. I'll go back to reading. So, the 11... Yes, these are prescription glasses. I hate people that wear glasses that don't need them. I can't see. I'm a blind motherfucker, okay? Okay, so this high Gothic vault covered a small area, therefore could be braced more easily than its early Gothic predecessor, making taller naves more practical to build. The 1194 Chartres Cathedral was also the first church planned from the beginning with flying buttresses, but another key high Gothic feature. The flying buttresses made it possible to eliminate the tribune gallery above the aisle, which had partially braced Romanesque and early Gothic naves. Taking its place was the triforium, the band of arches between the clerestory and the nave arcade. The triforium occupies the space corresponding to the exterior strip of wall covered by the sloping timber roof above the galleries. The new high Gothic tripartite nave elevation consisted of arcade, triforium, and clerestory with great enlarged windows. The Chartres windows are almost as high as the main arcade and consist of double lancets crowned by a single oculus. The strategic placement of flying buttresses permitted the construction of nave walls with so many voids that heavy masonry played a minor role. I mean, that's pretty epic. That's a Gothic cathedral right there. Are they aviator frames? I think so. Yeah, they got like the strip above here. They're not Ray-Bans or anything, no. They're just some like thing from like glassesusa.com or something. Hell yeah, South Dingo. I often love cigarettes. Smoke nationalism, unironically. Yeah. I'm a spliff nationalist myself. It's my preferred thing, but I like smoking. I like smoking herbs. Any herbal thing. It's pretty good. Nothing weird, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I got that trad like 50s housewife thing going on. I'm just always smoking. Like that's my whole thing. When I get pregnant, I'm not doing that, but maybe after. Fuck it, why not? Split nationalist. Yeah, that's right. Alright, where are we? Okay, so then we got the Chartres stained glass. Despite the vastly increased size of the clerestory windows, the Chartres nave is relatively dark because the colored glass that fills the windows suppress light. It is pretty dark. The purpose of these windows was not to illuminate the interior with bright sunlight, but to transform natural light into Suger's mystical lux nova. Chartres retains almost the full complement of its original stained glass, which, although it has dimmed effect, transforms the character of the interior in dramatic fashion. The immense, approximately 43 feet in diameter, rose window, circular stained glass window, and tall lancets of Chartres Cathedral's north transept were the gift of the Queen of France, Blanche of Castile, around 1220. The royal motifs of yellow castles on a red ground and yellow fleur-de-lis, 3-petaled iris flowers, on a blue ground fill the 8 narrow windows and the rose's lower spandrels. The iconography is also fitting for a queen. The enthroned Virgin and Child appear in the roundel at the center of the rose, which resembles a gem-studded book cover. Around her are 4 doves of the Holy Spirit and 8 angels. 12 square panels contain images of Old Testament kings, including David and Solomon at the 12 and 1 o'clock positions respectively. These are the royal ancestors of Christ. Isaiah 11:1-3 had prophesied that the Messiah would come from the family of the patriarch Jesse, father of David. The genealogical tree of Jesse is a familiar motif in medieval art. Below in the lancets are Saint Anne and the baby virgin flanked by 4 of Christ's Old Testament ancestors, Melchizedek, David, Solomon, and Aaron, echoing the royal genealogy of the rose but at a larger scale. The rows and lancets change in hue and intensity with the hours, turning solid architecture into a floating vision of the celestial heavens. Almost the entire mass of wall opens up into stained glass, which is held in place by an intricate stone armature of bar tracery. Here, the Gothic passion for light led to a daring and successful attempt to subtract all superfluous material bulk just short of destabilizing the structure in order to transform hard substance into insubstantial, luminous color. That this vast, complex fabric of stone-set glass has maintained its structural integrity for almost 800 years attests to the Gothic builder's engineering genius. Wow. Wow. Thank you, a solitary candle. A solitary candle. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love my glasses too. I'm hip. So this is the interior of Chartres Cathedral looking east. Chartres, France, begun 1194. Ooh, shit. The post-1194 Chartres Cathedral was the first church planned from the beginning with flying buttresses, which made possible the substitution of the triforium for the tribune gallery in the nave. Stephen, you've been missing all this Gothic goodness, okay? So let's see. We got that. We did that. So we got the Gothic Cathedral. Let's check it out. A lot of buttresses, Stephen. A lot of buttresses. Stephen, I got my Gothic, like, earrings on and shit. Got a crown if someone wants me to put it on. But I couldn't deal with my contacts, so I took them home. Sorry. Couldn't do it. Okay. So we have... That music out there is really popping. So most of the architectural components of Gothic cathedrals appear in earlier structures, but the way Gothic architects combine these elements made these later buildings unique expressions of medieval faith. Do you hear this? Hold on a second. Are they playing R. Kelly? They're playing like R. Kelly. And I mean, I actually defended R. Kelly and liked R. Kelly, but he's definitely a fucking crazy person that like steals humans. What is it called? Human trafficking? They're playing R. Kelly. It's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Dude, that was my college days. That was my college days. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the most... I'm going to try to reread this again. So basically, most of the architectural components of Gothic cathedrals appeared in earlier structures. So if you remember where we left off, there were these types of features in other things, but there's a few key distinct features that mark it being difference between Gothic and just medieval structures. But the way Gothic architects combine these elements made these later buildings unique expressions of medieval faith. The key ingredients of the Gothic recipe were rib vaults with pointed arches, so we went over that, how they get pointy, flying buttresses, which we saw, and huge windows of colored glass, these stained glass windows. The cutaway view, this thing right here, of a typical Gothic cathedral illustrates how these other important architectural devices worked together. So we have the pinnacle, a sharply pointed ornament capping the piers or flying buttresses, also used on cathedral facades. So where's this? Wait, where is it? Okay, so number one is the pinnacle. Okay, so just like the little like pointy things. Got it. Jeff says, some historians claim my ancestors are descendants from the family of Christ. People give me a hard time about it, but I'm not the one that claimed. That's so funny. Mama Roland, that body got every man in here wishing. Thanks, Jay. You know the lyrics. You know the. Okay, I'm done. Okay. I only know R. Kelly because he got trapped in the closet. Yep. Oh god, this music is so bad out there. Okay, wait, what is this? This is like Chris Brown. This is 2000s Chris Brown. No, this is a white neighborhood for the most part. It's just, I'm on the corner of New York City. I'm in Brooklyn, so there's like some fucking... Everything's outside, you know? And the weather's like really nice still. And it's like COVID, so everyone's like outside. It's like music, there's like bars and restaurants and stuff like on the strip. So anyway, yeah, we have the flying buttresses, masonry struts that transfer the thrust of the nave vaults across the roofs of the side aisles and ambulatory to a tall pier rising above the church's exterior walls. So number 2, yeah, those like little archy things on the exterior walls, those are the flying buttresses. Oh, they're flying. So then we have vaulting web. Yeah, that's right. Plus it's Friday, says here. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Good point. So and it's like 10 o'clock Friday night, Brooklyn. Everyone's outside. Weather's nice. COVID. Whatever. God, the 2000s was awful and cheesy. Shut up, Jay. That was my prime. That was when I was in my 20s and young. That was my time, man. Okay, so what do we have here? We have vaulting web. Vaulting web. The masonry blocks that fill the area between the ribs of a groin vault. Okay, so let me say that again. So we got the vaulting web. The masonry blocks that fill the area between the ribs of a groin vault. Okay, so that is number 3, vaulting web. Number 3. Okay. Ooh, cool. I like that. Yeah. To me, that's like flying buttresses on the inside or something. What do we have here? Yeah, Spencer says the flying buttresses help keep the walls up from distributed weight of the ceiling vault pushing down and slightly sideways on the walls. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having like a little... You know, I had the flu, I tested negative for COVID, but I'm having a little bit of shortness of breath right now, so... Maybe it's just from like reading. I'm trying to like read fast. Couldn't catch my breath and hyperventilating. Give me a second, I'm smoking. What song are they now playing? Oh. What song is that? Okay, now they just changed it. Hey Josh, what's up? Can you hear that? It's totally some 2000s shit. Okay, so what do we have here? Yeah, we went over Chartres after 1194. We got the Gothic Cathedral. I think that's where we're at. Holy shit. We're not going to be able to get through France in one day. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's like some more Chris Brown shit or something. I don't know. Like early days. So what do we have here? We have the diagonal rib. In plan, one of the ribs that form the X of a groin vault. The diagonal ribs are the lines AC. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So where is this diagonal rib? Number 4. Interesting. Okay. Transverse rib, a rib that crosses the nave or aisles at a 90-degree angle. Transverse. It's number 5. Let me see. Number 5. I'm trying to see what the difference is here, because this has been the last few, is up here. And this thing up here, you see? Then we have springing, the lowest stone of an arch, and Gothic vaulting, the lowest stone of a diagonal or transverse rib. So number 6. Oh my god, these things are so like, what the fuck? Like, really? There's like a name for that? Look at number 6. What am I even looking at? There's a name for that? The little humps? I guess that's where they all meet. All those little like things that we just looked at, like 4 or 5. They all meet there at 6. So that's the springing. Clerestory, the windows below the vaults that form the nave elevation's uppermost level. By using flying buttresses and rib vaults on pointed arches, Gothic architects could build huge clerestory windows and fill them with stained glass held in place by ornamental stonework called tracery. Tracery? So the clerestory, number 7. Yeah, this is the clerestory. This. Oh, I see. So the fact that these are arched up here, like remember how we saw if it were lower like the normal arch, this window would kind of be pointless. At least the top portion of the window would be fairly pointless, but yeah, I see it now. Everything gets to be arched and it's really cool like that. Cool. I like it. Love the Gothic Cathedral. So then you have the oculus, a small round window. Number 8. Okay, these are the oculus. The small round windows at the top of that clerestory area, which would be covered and hidden if it were like the regular arch. But because it's pointed, you can like see it. The lancet, a tall, narrow window crowned by a pointed arch. So number 9. 9. Small pointed window. No. Triforium, the story in the nave elevation consisting of arcades, usually blind, but occasionally filled with stained glass. Triforium. Number 10, okay. This is the triforium here, number 10 in the middle section here. Nave arcade, the series of arches supported by piers separating the nave from the side aisles. Nave arcade, 11, okay. Number 11 there. Compound pier with shafts, also called the cluster pier, a pier with a group or cluster of attached shafts or responds extending to the springing of the vaults. Compound piers. 12. Oh, I see. So these are the compound piers, kind of like galvanized steel, right? So the compound piers. These little pillars that correspond to like the little number 6 above there. Interesting. I like it. I want to have a house that's built like a Gothic cathedral. Have that vibe. So, yeah, cutaway view of a typical French Gothic cathedral. John Berg, pinnacle, flying buttresses, a vaulting web, diagonal rib, transverse rib, springing, clerestory, oculus, lancet, triforium, nave arcade, compound pier with response. Rib vaults with pointed arches, flying buttresses, and stained glass windows are the major ingredients in the Gothic cathedral recipe. But other elements also contributed to the distinctive look of these churches. Cool. Yeah, I know. Same with me, Jay. The way that they built these just blows my mind, for sure. Yeah. Alright, South Dingle, let's see what you messaged me. Let's see. Oh, it really is your kid. That's so cute. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. That is really cute. Oh, little baby. Babies are so fun. Oh my god. That's so lovely. Can't wait. That's amazing. Okay, so what do we have here? About 10 minutes left, so I don't know, we could always continue a little bit. Could always just chit chat if you want. Oh my god, lobster bisque, Steven. I love lobster bisque. Yes. Architectural boners. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Jay, for the link. That's the Streamlabs link, guys. It always helps me out. It, you know, if you have a few bucks to give, it means the world to me. It helps me eat. It helps me just survive every day. So, you know, thank you. if you have it to give and enjoy this community that we built. I think it's really fun, and I hope that other people kind of come on and maybe I can improve the streams. I'm really terrible at technology. Definitely shit, but maybe if there's a better system and a better way, I think things are getting better and we're coming into our way with these things. We have the Discord. If you're interested in joining our community, you can be introduced into the neophyte channel, or not channel, the neophyte sector rank, the neophyte rank of the Discord, and hang out with us and chit chat and share our artsy stuff. We're all pretty much artsy community that are like non-SJWs. That's basically it. Various people, individuals there, but I don't think we have any like super lefty people, but definitely just like various people. Yeah. You guys are talking about smoking gravity bongs. You guys want me to like read one more section or continue later? I mean, I'm pretty much done. Going to continue with the French section next time. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, thanks, Matthias. Just be consistent. Yeah, I think that's probably what I can do, is be better about my consistency. And I really don't have an excuse for it other than my life is constantly some bullshit going on. Other than my life being constant bullshit, I really don't have an excuse to be consistent. I can't put an episode of something on. I think they took down one of my streams when I tried playing something. It was like Holy Mountain or something. So yeah. Hope you guys have a good night. I would like to see you on D Live. Any streamer not on D Live is missing out big time. Oh yeah, I used to do D Live. I used to do D Live sessions, but that's a good point. I haven't been doing it. I haven't been keeping up with it. So maybe I'll pull one of my streams here and run it live on D Live. Yeah. And just kind of do some reruns. I sometimes do reruns like that where I'll film it on one and then play it live on another. I just feel like I tend to get more trolls when I go on D Live. It's been a really nice community on YouTube for me right now. Hello, Marino. I'm finishing up here, but yeah. I will host you when you come back. Well, that's really nice of you. Thank you. Yeah. I just want to lay low and just do my own thing, and YouTube's been good because I have a really nice, fun, artsy community here. Everyone in the chat is amazing, and D Live doesn't really bring me that much money or views, but it just brings me trolls. Yeah. All right, good night, Josh. I'm gonna be wrapping up as well. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm glad to have some new people in here. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit weird. I just go over some different textbooks and stuff, but I feel like we need more progressing forward, pushing forward, more educational stuff. It's not just about tearing down and complaining about the left. it's also about being cultured and learning as much as we can and building the type of world that we want to live in, you know? And that's kind of what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm not just trying to keep up to date with the next bitching and complaining. I want to put forth the things that I'm interested in, that I think are benefiting culture and society today in a positive way. So yeah. Okay, South Singo says the Eternal Troll is not going anywhere. Just do you on D Live. Let the mods handle the trolls. Get big channels to host your streams. Your audience will grow there. It'll help. I'll help out all I can. Thank you. Yeah. Kitty is my cat. I have some cats. Yeah, Steven. Yeah, I shared. There's this thing on History Channel. Actually, I follow like the History Channel on YouTube. They don't really even get that many views, honestly. And I really like it. It reminds me of the old History Channel in like the 2000s that I used to watch, where they were like actually educational and interesting. There was one on it's the Lost Cities show, and there was one on Hitler's Lost City, and it's really interesting because it had a lot to do with this art history stream. Actually, yeah. Speaking of, because it showed a lot of. Let me see if I can bring it up, but. It was showing Hitler's Lost City, and it created this like Roman-like city that had like replicas basically of all of the greatest things, the Pantheon, like all sorts of stuff, but like bigger. Like he had to do it like do the greatest hits, but then like add more like length to it, add grandeur to it, make it bigger. You know, like that's what he did. It was pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah. I have done one on modern architecture, actually, I think, didn't I? I mean, we got into, Art Deco, and I feel like, I did one stream, actually, it was before I was, like, reading from the textbook, where it was, like, I was legit streaming on Dadaism. If you haven't seen that, we should bring it up. Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know, Jay, if you could find it real quick, too, while I'm chatting, because it's just, like, super boring when it's, like, dead air. But basically, on my channel, there is, the Dada stream, which is one of the more modern art ones. And, I mean, I'm not that, like, I'm critical of modern art, and that was, like, my original complaint when I got into kind of all this politics stuff. Was my, you know, experience in the professional art scene in New York City, and my general complaint of it's not modern art, because modern art is actually a specific time in history, like 20s and stuff like that. But it's contemporary art right now. That's the word. So I had my issues with contemporary art. Modern art definitely led into this contemporary stuff, and I'm not a fan of all modern art, but do appreciate some things, and I see some resemblance between brutalism and Art Deco. Art Deco definitely has more detailing and design elements to it, but there's a similarity with the materials. Like they both use concrete, steel, glass, very slick, very futurist looking designs. Both of them, I feel like. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, thank you for that. That's the art stream. Yeah. Yeah, and Julia Sola. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good stream. Art Deco is also about symmetry. Yeah, interesting stuff. Yeah, I know, time flies. I know, it feels like yesterday, but Yeah, that's exactly right, Marino. Brutalism is like, I find elements of it. I was very critical of it originally as well, and I agree with Scruton and all that stuff. However, I do find parts of it aesthetic. It's very futurist. It's very interesting. I feel like there's some really powerful brutalist architecture and sculptures, but the problem with it is the maintenance, and if it's used for like public housing or whatever, like socialist housing. So that's why you'll see a lot of like ghetto areas, like a lot of Soviet ghettos and like stuff like that, and they have that really brutalist, really sad, and it actually is far more depressing to live in that kind of atmosphere, for sure. But I think government buildings and like really powerful buildings is like kind of cool if you did it right. If you did just like a shoddy, like just cement square, then like that sucks. No, Paul Joseph Watson stole my shit because I talked to him about this like 2014, and he just like took all my material and did his own videos on it, and I'm pissed at him because he never really helped me out. He just stole my shit. He is not the arbiter of art. Thank you very much. Fuck him. And he knows it too. He knows that motherfucker. And I have the proof. I have the screen caps. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna get out. I might as well do something with my life. But thank you for coming. Appreciate new people. Please subscribe, stick around. Sorry, we're all pretty friendly here. Sorry, I just get a little touchy about the PJW thing. I hope that didn't come across mean. You're welcome to chat with us. Everyone's really cool in here. But yeah, you want to do a commercial? All right. I'll do my commercial before I get out of here. All right, here you go. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thank you. I'm glad to inform some people about some new information about the PJW. Thanks for listening to me. I have more stories about that kind of stuff. There's a whole history of things going on out there. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you. I'm leaving now. Love you guys. Bye. Maybe I'll get out tomorrow and finish up this chapter on the French section of Gothic, European Gothic. So, see ya.